Whoa, don't holler in a mask. Hey, Woodturners, I'm Captain Eddie Castellan, welcome to my shop. Today I'm going to go back to a little project I started a couple of weeks ago. Had a little bout with congestive heart failure, but we're getting over that. But I want to refinish the top of my walking stick. Because one of the things, I need to go walk more. So I want to do this, and I want to show you what I did with and how, and I got a couple other things to talk to you about. First, you know what you got to do right off the bat? You got to watch. Been out running errands all morning long, just got back. Well, the strangest thing, you know, you can be married to them, but you can't figure them out. That's the law. We were in traffic, and my wife says, I want to show you this new thing. They call it KK. And I said, what's that? She said, well, you open a door and you get out the car and you dance alongside as the car moves. And I thought, that's silly. And she said, oh, it's on YouTube all the time. Watch for it. So she opens the door and gets out. I came home, I looked at YouTube, I didn't see anything. I want to ask her, but that was probably 2 miles back, and I don't think, it'll be a while before she gets up here. I hope she's all right when she gets here. We're going to start. Do you think I should have waited for her? She said, you open the door and you drive and I dance. What? All right. We started doing this thing the other day, and I have a piece of one of my canes. Okay, now we got to learn which button to push, what not to push. I have the top of one of my canes, and I did this on my ornamental lathe. You can see it, see the embellishment that's on it? Well, that is relatively easy to do on Lathezilla when you set up an ornamental lathe. But then the finish, I found it the other day, 7 years ago. The finish is broken down to the hand oils and all that, and that happens. And I want to get the CA off and put new CA on. So I picked up my Black & Decker RTX high performance rotary tool. Hear that? And it's got a little bristle brush thing on it. And I started cleaning it, and it was doing pretty good, but the brushes were worn out. So this week I went to find me more brushes, and I really couldn't find them. So I went to Amazon.com. They got everything. Bugs. And I found this. This is a package of 18 of them in different grits and sizes. And it says, put 2 or 3 together on a mandrel, which I had on that other one. And then I'm going to pick out the one that on here that looks to be the heaviest cleaning one. I'm trying to figure this out. You know what? I'm going to work on this. But in the meantime, because you guys are really cool about this, I got some pictures of the finest wood turning art in the world. Ready? Let's watch. I may have shown you this a little bit ago, but Phil sent these pens to me, and they're really done nice. Good choice of wood. And then Don Monson, Don's invaded me. Look, this is a nice piece, gorgeous color, gorgeous texture. I like the natural edge. Then here's another natural edge Don did, Dan Monson did, really nice. And then he's got a third one here. This had to be fun to turn. See that when it goes negative on the top or comes back in? That's hard. Harry Neal did this, Keel, K-E-E-L, and I think I screwed up on the last time I put it up. I had the wrong bowl up on piece. Now, Joe Winkler's done this and some other work, and yes, it is a tiki torch. And if you've got a picture to go on our website, you need to send me at CaptainEddieCastellan@gmail.com. Okay, the button tells me it's right. What I've done is taken 3 of the disc, because it recommends that you put 2 or 3 together to get a good surface. And I'll put them on the screw that goes into the furrow, that goes into my rotary drill. This could also work in my roto tool back there, and I can't remember the name of it. But I've got a half a dozen of these things for engraving, embossing, cutting, shaping. Now for remove and finish. You put a little piece in, and I'm going to zoom in here so you can see what I'm going to do. How this works. All right, I'm going to put the shield down because stuff's flying, and I'm just going to That's much like watching that guy at Sears show you how a vacuum works. It's a little wire brush. It's very, very fine. I even managed to have it spinning in the right direction. But I put a pink one on because it said the pink was like 50. Doesn't mean anything to me, really. Here's the deal. I bought these pieces before, and they were twice the size. When I went to Amazon, it was sold in metrics, and because of Jimmy Carter, none of us do metrics. But with the other ones, I was getting a better cut and more polish and cleaning it up. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to go back to the box and see where the rest of these pieces are. I had them in there, and folks came and helped me clean up. And some things they just didn't understand, and it got thrown away. But I'm going to use that little bristle. I'm going to remove all the CA, and then I'll go back and recoat it with CA. Why CA? Glad you asked that. I want something that won't react to my hand and the body oils and the wear and tear. And if this lasted 7 years and still looks pretty darn good, I think I want to do it again. Now I can chuck it up. I got a 1/4-inch hole in it here with an insert in it, and I did that to make it assembled to the bar. I can chuck it up on a bolt, put it in it, and spin it to get these larger flat surfaces cleaned up and all, and I'll do that. But I don't want to touch the top here with anything that would hurt the decoration. I told you why I had to do CA. Now, the decoration, you can do this with a pile of different tools. Hunter makes some tools, Sorby makes some tools. There's a handful of other folks that use these things that use knurling furrows, K-N-U-R-L-I-N-G, knurling furrows, to go in and roll, and that cuts. And because of the way it's made, it cuts these patterns in. Sometimes you get done, it's a little fuzzy. What do? Well, I got two solutions. Number one, get your Scotch-Brite. No, it's not Scotch-Brite, but it's close. Get this and buff it off. But if you still got some whiskers standing up, then you want to take your moto tool or your moto drill or whatever, and you put that little wire wheel in. It's not a wire wheel, it's a plastic wheel. Put that in it and you buff it off, and you remove those little fine hairs. You don't remove your detail, you remove the hairs, which means the details will stand out better. Yeah. And talking to a couple of turners today, important thing some guys don't realize is the smallest, tiniest step you take in this path can lead you to success, or I like to go to success rather than okay? And that could be all the way from sanding. I looked at some pens today, some guys did. And one guy says, when I get finished turning mine and I sand it, I use my self-powered rotary sander. I told him how to make it. He said, and then I stop, and with the weight still, I take that grid of paper and go opposed to knock down any ridges I may have hidden in there. You know what he's getting to? Good finishers. Good finishers worry more about what they're putting the finish on than the finish. If the surface is right and ready and primed and sealed and dressed and beautiful, the finish will be the same thing. But you can't take ugly. All right, here's the deal. You can't take a pig and put a hat on it and think it'll go out with you on Friday. Won't work, okay? So just don't do that. I'm trying to share some tips and hints with you on how things are done. Talk about the photos. I have a note here about sales. Oh, Big Guy Productions. Big Guy Productions. It's www.eddiecastellan.com is our website. That's where we sell carbide cutters, cheapest price in the world, on the planet, whatever you want to call it. And we've got some other items on there. That's how we stay in business. Okay? And if you call, we'll do business with you. We'll treat you fair. Your order gets lost, we reship it. We take care of it. We do what we have to do to make you happy. But we get guys say, well, why don't you put a catalog out and all that? I did. I put a business card in your order. Yeah. Go to the shop, write my number on the wall, because you can always call me, and give the card to one of your returning buddies. There's no discount. I can't discount free. There's no discount I can offer you on this. But I can tell you, you treat me right, and I'll treat you right. Price increase, not in 3 years, okay? So we do that. So if I can help you out, you can call me and we'll talk about a problem, or talk through a problem, or develop a problem. One of the two. And if your friends call, we'll take care of them too. Now let me see what I got here. I got a checklist. See that? See it? And it's got all kinds of, that's all the stuff I sell. It says, I tell you about the photos. You saw the photos. If you want your photo used on my website, you need to mail it to my email address, captaineddiecastellan@gmail.com. None of the other addresses. No messengers, no owl and tree and all that other stuff. No. You got to email it. I'm old. Email it to me at captaineddie@gmail.com. And talk to you about the disc. And I want to find the larger ones. I'm going to go back and look on YouTube tonight and find, or Amazon tonight and find it. Told you about sales and friends and all that. And I got to glue up some stuff here from my wife to make a ring. And I get it right on. Any time now, she's going to walk through that gate with a look of amazement on her face about how this thing with KK went. I mean, that's a good mile and a quarter back on the road. Take 8-10 minutes to make the walk. It's rush hour, maybe 15 minutes. But I'm willing to try anything. The KK was kind of strange. All right. Well, I'm Captain Eddie Castellan. I'm into trying anything. If I can help you, just give me a call or drop me a note. Until next time, get out in the shop and start making shavings. Oh, look, there she is. She picked up a brick. Hi, honey.